That tree just went down. That tree just went down beside us.
Wait a minute.
Heidi spends most of her time outdoors, hunting, camping, fishing. But one hunting trip turned into a dangerous encounter.
Alright, you guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Welcome back to the wolf pack. I don't know what has happened to this hunting season. It has just slipped by. I guess Thanksgiving and family stuff and just this time of year is so busy. Been able to get out there a few times, but not as much as I would have liked to, and I feel like the rut is pretty much almost over. We've got a few days left of rifle season, so I'm gonna go sit for like a solid till dark, like 5 hours, which I used to be able to sit like all day sits, and I don't know, there's just too much stuff going on, but I feel like a solid 5 hour sit is gonna be pretty good.
At first, everything seemed normal. She set up her tent and started hunting. But then, from the woods, a bear appeared. It aimed straight for her.
Oh my gosh. You guys, that's insane. That thing was literally like nose to nose with me, and I freaked out and I said boo. Oh my gosh, that was so crazy. I saw him running from like so far away, and he came literally straight to me, and my blind window is like all the way down, and he literally came and like looked in the window like at my face, and he was like making me this I don't know what he was gonna do. I was so scared. I should have probably waited and just seen like what he was gonna do, but man, that was crazy. It's like the only thing I've seen so far, except a million squirrels, but that was crazy.
In a moment of panic, she shouted, scaring the bear back into the woods. With darkness falling, she stayed alert all night, wondering if it might return. Luckily, it didn't. The encounter was a stark reminder of the risks of being alone in the wild. TJ is an outdoor enthusiast. From camping to hiking and kayaking, he spends all his free time in nature. In August 2024, he planned a few nights outdoors, camping, kayaking, and enjoying the scenery. Based in Alabama, he arrived at his favorite lakeside camping spot, set up camp, and settled in.
We're gonna head to Gunnersville this morning, pick out a camping spot, set everything up. It's gonna be a hot one today, but I think it's gonna be worth it. Spend the next couple of days out there catching some fish from the kayak and the bank, maybe even go out on the boat. I heard my cousin Dylan might be joining us today. He said he might ride out there and set up camp beside us. Here's our setup. And old Dill Pickle, there's Dylan over there, Melissa. They did end up catching up with me, so we're out here together. They were able to get a spot right next to me. Getting here early like this, you can kind of pick the spots you want. But the truck popped up pretty quick. I got the Benny Hike tent on top with the Benny Hike awning.
But as hours passed, he checked his radar and saw a storm approaching. At first, the clouds didn't seem like a threat, so he went out on the water to fish.
We just checked the radar, and apparently we have a storm headed our way already, but it may miss us. If you look over there, those clouds, it's raining on the other side of the lake, but I feel like it's going this way, so it may just miss us. So before we go out on the boats, I want to tie something on that I got from Mystery Tackle Box a few weeks ago, and I haven't tried out yet. And I think Gunnersville is going to be the best place for it. Let me see if I can dig it out. We're going to wait out here. I threw some trunks on. I've seen a lot of blow-ups out here a while ago. And check out this thing. This is the mic. Y'all hear that thunder? Oh man, I think it's going around us. This is the, yeah, and I'm in the water. Holy cow, y'all. So I don't know how much I just filmed out in the water. Me and Dylan were both just waiting and fishing, and look what just rolled up on us. Look at this. It is pouring, and that's only a few hundred yards away. It is white capping out here on the water. Look at this. This just came up out of nowhere. I don't know how bad that looks on camera, but it's pretty bad. Can you see the white caps out here? Let me zoom in. Water. We're kind of hoping it goes around us. I did go ahead and roll the awning up. I left the tent up because I've got my stuff in it, and in order for me to close that tent, I have to take all of my stuff out, and I don't really know if I have time. I don't want to be caught in the middle of it, because it's legit. It's raining right here. Look at that. It's like a black wall. It's raining on the other side of the water from us.
Soon, the storm grew closer. Wind picked up, clouds rolled in fast, and waves grew rough. They took cover in a small gazebo, but the storm intensified.
We've had something pop up on us right here, and it is bad, y'all. I don't know if you can tell, but we're inside of this gazebo holding it down, and it's picking me up. Holy shit. This is nuts. Bro, I hope we ain't got no tornado popped up on us. Oh, shoot. Oh my God. This is nuts, y'all. I hope that pole holds up, because that's what's holding my kayak. I really hope this ain't a tornado, because we should probably be in the truck. Oh, here's the rain. We're just holding this gazebo down, guys. Is the tent good? This is absolutely insane, y'all. Look at this. Stuff falling out of the tree. Oh, that looks real. Oh my God, dude. We might need to get under the vehicle. Dude, I've never been in something like this. This is horrible, man. I haven't either. We probably need to be under our truck. There ain't no doubt. If this tree comes down, it's gonna hit us. Oh my God. I think we're in a tornado, y'all. Hey, that tree just went down. That tree just went down beside us.
Visibility dropped to almost zero. Objects flew around, and trees fell. It felt like they were in a tornado. After what felt like an hour, the storm weakened. Still, the wind and rain continued as TJ and his friends surveyed the damage.
Whatever just hit, it took this tree down where I was going to park with it. It completely uprooted. I was really worried about these that were up under here. My kayak is completely underwater. Thank goodness I didn't have my MK300 on. Holy crap. Let's see if we can see more stuff down over there. This is rough, guys. I could only get half of my tent down because I waited too long and I had my bedding inside the tent, so only half of it came down. I'm sorry if I'm yelling into the mic. My adrenaline is kind of peaked, guys. I think we just stood in a tornado. Look at this. This is where we were gonna park. We changed our mind the last second and parked down there. We wanted to park right behind the bathroom, and we decided to go a little bit further. This was gonna be our camping spot, right where this tree's laying. It was confirmed. We just found out that was a tornado that did hit us, and we were right in the midst of it. There are a few more trees that are down. We hopped in the truck and rode down through there. There's some blocking the road. The fire department's down the road right now cutting a tree that's blocking the main road coming in and out of the park down here. And we got extremely lucky. You see where am I pointing? That's a tree that is down across a couple of different campsites right beside us. And I know I probably said it 10 times already, but that's where we were gonna park and camp. Luckily, we're good. The tent's good.
Trees were down. The area was a mess. They had been lucky. If a tree had hit their camp, things could have ended very differently. Despite the terrifying experience, they continued with their trip, appreciating nature, but reminded of just how vulnerable life can be outdoors. Moxley is a paranormal investigator known for his exploration and camping videos. He takes on a challenge in each video, whether it's camping in haunted woods or exploring abandoned buildings. He's faced plenty of strange situations, but this night would be one he'd never forget. Setting out with his friend Ming, they headed to a forest Moxley had camped in before. It's one of the UK's most haunted forests, the site of the Pretoria Pits mining disaster, where 344 people lost their lives. With that chilling history, they knew they were in for a creepy night.
I think it's been about 16 months since the last time I was up here. Yeah, the amount of history to this place is unreal. Pretoria Pit. Just been walking back down there. Burnt out motorbikes and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, this was the beginning of the original site.
Yeah.
Just there. How you feeling, Ming?
I'm shattered. That burnt out motorbike down there is ridiculous.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wheelbarrows, all sorts of stuff. But not only have we got to watch out for paranormal, we have to watch out for people coming up, burning motorbikes out, I suppose. All we've got to do now is find somewhere where we can put the tents out, and then I'll get into getting a little bit of the history of what happened out here and the hauntings as well.
They found a spot to camp, but before they could start setting up, something strange happened.
These are perfect. So I can come back and collect a load of these bricks. And then with them, we can do like a little fire pit, get a fire going, keep warm. Not too sure what that was. Just like a black shadow went. Could have been somebody on a push bike, to be fair. Thought we were a lot further in than that. Could have sworn a shadow went straight through, and it was silent.
A black figure darted across the back of the screen. Watching the footage later, there was no denying how odd it looked. Moments later, a whistle echoed through the woods. Was it other people? Or was the activity beginning?
Let's get the kettle on, have a coffee, then wait for nightfall to... That fucking scared me then. That was very loud, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was really loud.
I was like, hey.
Yeah.
So Well, there is people in the woods. That will explain what I seen going past then.
They set up camp and brewed some coffee, waiting for nightfall. Soon, more strange things followed.
We sat here minding our own business, and then all of a sudden, we heard these bangs coming from here. You heard it, didn't you?
It was loud, mate.
It was distinctive, I'll tell you that now.
It was very distinctive. It was like doosh, doosh, doosh.
We really don't know what they were, but why does everything seem to be coming from over that side today?
I know. Where the pits are.
Of course, that's where it is.
The pits are over there. I see it on this camera, but mate, I think somebody else could be having a fire over there.
I can see it through the trees.
It's bright orange.
Yeah. I'm not sure we can.
There, I can just see. I see it a little bit right in the centre of the screen. Is something just off?
Loud bangs came from the woods in the direction of the pits. Then they noticed what looked like a fire. Was it someone else? Or something they couldn't explain? They just couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Curious, Moxley decided to walk through the woods slowly, pulling out his spirit talker. It didn't take long to pick up some activity.
Shall we? Turn the spirit talker on. Just whilst walking through. Just to see if anything comes through on it. Right, so we're hearing some weird noises out here. Is it you walking around?
It's a bad idea.
What's a bad idea? Coming out here? Camping out here overnight? You're trying to warn us not to do it? Paul. Who's here with me? Who's out here in this forest?
We're all around you.
What? We're all around you. In one of the stories is of eyes, stuff like that, that's been seen watching people. So it's you that's watching us. Is it you that's walking through here? Come up to our camp. There's our camp, just there. And there's Ming just sat down. Right.
Find my ashes.
Find my ashes.
After some intense responses, Moxley returned to camp, but the noises continued. This time, it sounded like voices.
That was voices.
It is. I've literally just come back from walking around.
You've just been over that side.
Yeah. There's nobody there, mate.
Well, I'm glad you've got your camera on.
I heard that voice then.
Yeah, I did.
You've got...
Sorry, mate, but I'm just...
Oh, my God's sake. Is there someone there?
Right, just bear with me a minute.
There's somebody here and there's somebody watching what we're doing.
They called out, but no one responded. Then the strange light reappeared. They sat by their fire, flickering away, trying to make sense of what they were experiencing. But the night wasn't over.
It does.
About it, but it's WhatsApp. Did you hear that?
Hello?
Hello?
folks, this is how bad it's actually getting. It's crazy. That light's back again. That light's back.
No, it is, mate.
There. That disappeared before.
That's a fire, that.
Is that what it is?
That's a fire.
Right.
You can see it twinkling away.
Okay.
So we know we're 100% not alone out here. It's 100% somebody coming this way, mate. Yeah, 100%. Put your light down for a minute.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll bugger off the other way. But something 100% hit me tent. I'm not too sure what it was, but it could have, well, we're underneath trees, so it could have been a branch that's fell off. But it's just weird that come out to check. And it's literally, I'm keeping, wait, where'd they go? There they are. You just see them coming through.
Right.
Turn your torch off them. We don't want them to come over if we can avoid it.
Right.
Someone or something hit their tent. When they checked, they saw a figure moving in the distance through the woods. Trying to avoid attention, they kept their lights low. A few hours passed. Moxley remained in his tent reading, while Ming relaxed in his own. Moxley decided to head out again and saw more lights in the distance. Torches, people moving toward them.
Wait a minute. There's people in the woods. What the hell? I don't know if you're seeing those lights. There's definitely people there again. I think we're just going to walk over and do a bit of a ghost hunt. It's not coming up. Ming?
Yeah.
Ming?
Yeah.
Right. There's two sets of torches coming towards us, mate.
Right, okay.
I knew I heard something. When I was laying in the tent, I knew I heard something. Yeah, that is. I'm going to flash back over towards them. They're over there, where my torch is now. Yeah, you can see it. See them? Yeah, they're coming this way.
Something wasn't right. Someone, or something, was watching. Eventually, they settled down for the night, but the noises continued, and the strange feeling lingered. When the sun rose, they packed up and left, carrying the chilling memories with them. Was it other people messing with them, or something far more sinister? And that shadow at the beginning still didn't feel human. Toby is a nomad. He travels with his tent, living outdoors, and films his life along the way. But on this particular night, he faced every nomad's fear. The video starts with Toby trying to find a shower before finding a spot to camp.
Anyway, I am heading down to the beachfront at Cromer because I'm going to try and find somewhere to sleep for the night. However, before that, thank you, mate. However, before that, I want to try and find somewhere to have a shower. This is a relentless problem of mine, but sometimes I can end up showering in the weirdest and randomest places. So for now, that's the mission for tonight. Get Tobe clean. Oh no. That's this bedroom out the window then.
He arrived at a coastal area, but overnight, camping wasn't allowed. He hiked for miles through the woods until he headed back to the coastal spot. But as darkness crept in, things started to feel off.
It's got the sign saying no camping and stuff like that. And I think I said something like, there goes my bedroom for the night or whatever. So I'm coming back in here again now. But we'll see what's going on. I mean, it's dark, there's no one here. if I sat up here, it'd be gone before anyone comes over. Down into Cromer and early doors. So that's a van, you can't see that, but that's a van with the back doors open. So I might go up and walk past that and just make sure that it's no one who looks kind of dodgy or anything like that. I don't think it is. When I say dodgy, I mean like someone who could ask me to leave. Well, I'm not going to be staying there because as I come up to sort of that van in the back, I'm sure there was a lion. He was an absolute giant of a dog, and I just cacked myself and was like, yep, not going nowhere near that, see you later, and just walked back over towards the road and now taking a huge divert around that van. No, but the dog might be very friendly, you know, I love dogs as well, as a lot of you know, but they can be, you know, they don't know who I am, and I carry this great big pack, so I've got to be a little bit cautious of them. And if someone's inside that van and they're asleep and the back doors are open and that dog's just loose, and it's like, who's this guy with a big pack on and wants to come and, you know, have a bit of a munch in the evening? I'd rather him not munch on me.
While walking along the coast, he found a van with its doors open and lights on. Perhaps another camper? Toby approached slowly to investigate and saw a massive dog inside the van. On guard, he moved further down the coast. After a long search, he finally found a spot he felt safe enough to camp. But then things got weird.
See, this is what's interesting. It's kind of just so real life. This is why I won't put a torch on, guys. They might not have even seen me. They might do now though, because they've just turned all their own lights off, so I might stand out a little bit. So I'm going to go. I'm going to get in the tent. Should anything exciting happen, then obviously I'll try and share that with you. But... Right, I'm not going to unpack all my stuff because there is a lot of cars coming over. I don't know if there's some kind of thing that goes on here at night. They seem to be ignoring me, but I have no idea if that... Yep, here we go, look. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna get out just in case, so I don't want to get some lunatic driving into the car, so I'll let them know. I stand up so they know I'm here. It might just be people that are curious.
Cars began driving around the area. It wasn't clear if they were just locals or if something else was going on. The cars circled, making Toby feel exposed and vulnerable with his tent set up.
But they seem to be going. So, yeah, I'm still going to stay at this point. And I'll be up for a while anyway, so I'll make myself one of my little drinks. And I'll be up for a while.
Oh, someone thinks they're being funny. There's a car right there, just parked in the middle of the field.
Half an hour later, a motorbike revved close by, then sped off. Moments later, another car pulled up in the field. Toby had no idea what was happening. Was this just a hangout spot for vehicles, or something more suspicious?
Wow. It's a... So there's a few people there just pulled over. They were making a load of noise. I'm bringing the camera away from there. I'm not trying to dramatise this at all, guys. I think you know that about me. But this car just started to do like lots of wheel spins outside the tent and that. They're about 50 metres away from me. They've got outside the car and they're just standing there just talking, and they're back in the car.
Then another car pulled up, too close for comfort. A group of people got out, making noise and getting closer to him. Toby remained tense, unsure of their intentions. Despite the anxiety, he managed to get some sleep, but stayed on high alert. The next morning, he shared how on edge he felt and said he wouldn't be returning anytime soon. A man was hiking, filming the scenery, when peace turned to fear. He saw something large moving through the trees. Investigating, this is what he captured.
We were down beside that big boulder down by the lake. We were down there fishing and catching a bunch of catfish, channel cats. And I come up into the woods here a little bit. Actually, I had to go to the bathroom. And the camera was just going around shooting a little bit of stuff. And up on that ridge, I had seen a black shape walk over to the edge, and then it just vanished that quick. I'm gonna go up there and see what we might see today.
A massive dark figure, far too big to be human. Then a knock echoed through the silent forest. He continued filming, trying to document what he could. The low-quality footage didn't hide the truth. This wasn't a person. Bigfoot? Something else? Whatever it was, it left him deeply unsettled. Shaylee was camping with her husband in Mount Assiniboine Provincial Park. Alone in her tent, she noticed movement outside.
First thing that went through my mind was just, okay, this is happening. My husband was going to climb Mount Assiniboine in Assiniboine Provincial Park, and I was hanging out at camp, and I heard something outside my tent. Instantly, when I heard that noise, I knew. The shadow of a grizzly bear claw kind of reaches out and touches the side of the tent. It's fight or flight time. I just hit the bear spray for a couple of seconds, and I was like, take the tent. I don't care what's in the tent, as long as he seemed more interested in the tent than me.
A grizzly bear approached, its shadow stretching across the tent. She grabbed her bear spray, creating distance between herself and the animal. The bear lingered for about 10 minutes before retreating. When Shaylee returned to her camp, she found it destroyed. She had escaped unharmed, but the experience was a terrifying reminder of just how vulnerable you are in the wild. Would you pack up and leave at the first sign of something strange, or stay and face the unknown? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more horrifying encounters.